Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing steak and potatoes. I have two beautiful pieces of ribeye steak that has already been washed and dried. You have to make sure that your steak is fully dried before you add your seasoning. To this I'm adding some salt, a generous amount of salt, because this is going to bring out the flavor in the steak. So I'm just adding salt. And then to this, I'm adding some black pepper. I'm adding a generous amount of seasoning that will coat my steak. So since I held on to the steak with that hand, I have to use my other hand to put on the salt. How about that? I'm adding a generous amount of salt and pepper to the opposite side of my steak before putting it into my cast iron pan. Rub that in. Make sure that it's fully covered with both salt and pepper. The marbling is nice on these two pieces of steak. In my baking dish right here, I have some fingerling potatoes that I cut into wedges. I'm adding some canola oil. I'm adding just a bit of seasoning, you know, just to give the potatoes a little vibe. Because we like when our food has a little vibe about it. I'm adding some basil. In here I have some cherry tomatoes that I got from my garden. I'm also putting those in there, and I'm using my hand to mix that in. Also guys, I forgot to tell you that I boiled my potatoes for maybe 5 minutes. That way it's not too hard and it doesn't take a long time to bake. Let me add some black pepper to that, just to give the food a little vibe, because we like our food to have colors and flavor, because a lot of people, we eat with our eyes, right? We sure do. Now we're gonna put this in the oven to roast until they're done. My oven has been preheating at 350 degrees, and now I am going to put my potatoes in the oven. My steaks are absolutely ready to go into my cast iron pan that I have heating up nicely right here. I'm adding some canola oil, and we're gonna get this party started. Oil. So there's a little bit of steam coming from my pot, which tell me that it's ready. And that's the exact sound that you want to hear when you put your steak in the oil. You want to hear that sizzle. That means the oil is ready and you can get the party started. I'm gonna cook this on 2 minutes for each side. So the oil, I'm adding some fresh thyme. I also have this Kerrygold garlic and herb butter. I'll be putting that in there as well. Okay guys, we have a beautiful sear on that side, so I'm flipping it over for 2 minutes on this side. has color on both sides. And let's set that in my dish right here. And we're repeating the same process for this one. Delicious goodness, you guys. Delicious goodness. Let all that flavor get to know each other and become BFFs. This oil is packed with flavor and goodness, and this is exactly what we're looking for on our steak. Beautiful. So let's see what we have going on in our oven. My potatoes are in here becoming best friends with each other. I also have some broccolini that I had rested in here. Let's put that right there. This is our steak. I'm letting that rest in the oven for 5 minutes before taking it out. So our steak is out of the oven and it's sitting pretty right here, resting. All the juices are becoming one with each other. It looks good, it smells good, and for sure, you know this will taste good. My potatoes are also done baking with my cherry tomatoes. Remember when I did this, I add some canola oil, I add some basil, salt, pepper, paprika, and I massaged it in before putting it into the oven. Now let's plate it up. Now let's slice and see this goodness. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can't wait. I have to take a bite. I have to. It's not well done, and it's right in the middle, medium. That's the way I like it. Still soft. It has that great flavor, and the garlic, herb, and that thyme in the oil. Amazing.